Hey, it's Aaron from GameEnthus.com, and this time I'm checking out Steam Up. Got to center it. Steam Up was being published by Hot Banana Games and was designed by Pauline, Marie Wong, and Haymen. Steam Up is playable from 2 to 5 players, takes about 40 to 60 minutes, and is for players ages 14 and up. The theme around dim sum is that there are creatures who are coming to the Steam Up restaurant and are attempting to get full. But not only do they want to get full, they want to get full off the restaurant's best dim sum items. So they're trying to get more full than their opponents to earn points, hearty points to be exact, to win the game. So Steam Up, a feast of dim sum. Let's open it up and get full. Okay, so this is the prototype box for Steam Up. I'm going to open it up and go through what the components are. Keep in mind, I said the word prototype. So some of these things you're not going to find, obviously, in the retail or Kickstarter version of the game. Components will be updated and things like that. So we have the wheel. So we have the bamboo baskets here, which are very nice, 3D printed. These are fantastic, I gotta say. I really like these. So you can see just how ornate these are. These are very nice. So, every single one has three different pieces. So in terms of the Hot Banana Games' plans for the actual different types of dim sum are going to be, I guess the retail version, I guess is going to have these wooden, these going to have these cardboard tokens for the various types of dim sum. Whereas I believe the deluxe Kickstarter version is going to have these. Oh, so nice. So tactile. Gotta love it. And this nice bag, which the bag could also obviously house the cardboard ones. Won't change how the game plays, but some things are nice. We have the different animal tokens there. I'll go through those in a second. We have fate cards, and after every round, meaning everybody has taken a turn, player would bring out a new fate card, which can, do all types of things. Piss you off, make you happy. It's like life. Just see what happens, Let me just adjust some of this stuff a little bit here. Make sure I have space. That's better. Just for an example, like this fate card says, simultaneously, each player chooses one fortune card from their hand, if they have any, and gives it to the player on their right. I didn't like that. But you're not supposed, it's fate, You're not supposed to always like what it does. Like sometimes the fate is everybody gets to choose dim sum from a basket closest to them or something like that. They're all not going to be that. That's how life works. See, Steam Up is teaching you about life. This one is roll the lucky die. Each player returns one token matching the die result to the supply if they have any. Yeah, you're probably not going to like that. The player with the least dim sum draws a dim sum from the bag and places it on their board. See, that I'll probably like. All right, so you have fate cards. Let me put these all over here. It also says fate brings us together or keep us apart. Yeah, you're not lying. Fortune cards. So at the beginning of the game, you will start off with, I think, 2 fortune cards. I'll be sure in a moment. And fortune cards are like abilities that will let you do things like, this one says, place this card face up in front of you the next time you purchase a steamer. You said the steamers. I might not have said that word earlier. Forgive me. Score 1 HP. HP is a hardy point. Hardy points are points you get for the food that comes into your, scoring the food that comes onto your board. I'll go over those in a second. Score 1 hardy point and discard this card. This one says, take the first player marker. If you have less dim sum than the player on your right, gain 1 hardy point. So these are things that you would clearly play intentionally. You would, like this one is just draw 2 fortune cards. Bet, why would you, that's good. I mean, one thing I definitely like is that the game teaches you about dim sum in general. If you don't already know a lot about dim sum, showing you what they all are. Like the dim sum are a barbecue meat bun, a meat dumpling, sticky rice wrapped in lotus leaves, a phoenix claw, a phoenix claw is a braised chicken foot in black bean sauce, gelatinous and tender, a dish that most people either love or hate, so it's divisive. That's okay. And a shrimp dumpling. So we have the first player token here, and this is referred to as the lucky die, I believe. And then you have the food tokens. Once you have the food tokens to reflect what's in the basket, the steamer, I keep saying that, the steamer, you're able to take that steamer and then put those food items essentially into your player's belly. Somehow during the components portion of this video, I omitted showing the 3D printed pieces of dim sum. You can see some images on the screen now. They're quite lovely. You'll be seeing a lot of them later when I go through a couple of gameplay turns. So here they are. Aren't they lovely? Some versions of the games will come with the cardboard ones that I briefly picked up there, but in the video you're going to mostly see the 3D ones. They'll function the same way, but 3D ones are 3D. They're more tactile. They operate in 3 dimensions, much like the cardboard ones, but even more 3D, if that makes any sense. Each one of the animals is going to have a unique board. So, but this one is known as this is the loyal customer. These are all the different types of dim sum, and these are the points that the loyal customer would get by placing that particular item on each circle. So you can see they're all worth 1. They kind of like everything, and then when they get to the end, they don't get any points, but you just get 1 point for any 5 of all those items. Their ability is when you purchase a steamer, gain 1 hardy point based on the number of dim sum inside it. So even though they're all 1s here, that's somewhat compensated by their ability because you get to earn more points based on how many dim sum are actually in the steamer you just purchased. Pretty dope. So if there's 4 or more dim sum, you gain 3 hardy points. 3 you gain 2, 2 you gain 1. So you get a bonus point just for doing it. Well, bonus points, potentially bonus points. And they're going to start off with 2 different types of dim sum and 2 fortune cards. That's the loyal customer. Yeah. I think was it my middle daughter, my oldest daughter who played grandpa. All I know is I lost, and I lost pretty badly. The grandpa also has a very similar layout where 1 point for everything and then none at the end. Grandpa will start off with 1 type of dim sum and then 2 fortune cards. Ability is you may purchase steamers on stacks outside of your feast zone. So in the game, you're going to have zones. So if I was a player sitting over here, this would be my zone, and it sort of depends on where these rings go. So let's say I have that's a 3-player setup, 4-player, that's 4. Well, I guess it's for 2 and 3 players. I guess it's a 2 and 3-player setup. You, I guess, put it like this, I guess. I think I'm doing that right. Hold on. Let me line that up like that. Yeah, this is for 2 players. So I guess depending on where you're sitting is where your zone would be. When you do, score 1 hardy point per dim sum in the steamer. So grandpa and loyal customers' abilities are somewhat similar. It just seems as though, they get 1 per. So aggressive grandpa's is better. If you have 4 or more here, you get up to 3. But if you get a steamer with 4 different things in it, that's 4 more points. Nice. Food blogger. Yeah, I think my oldest daughter was the food blogger. They start off with 2 different dim sum, 2 fortune cards. Their ability, when you fill a column with dim sum, this is a column, earn 3 points. So for every column, so you're incentivized to get a mixture of things so you can get 3 points. That's kind of nice. I like that. Speed eater. I was the speed eater. So I got 2 identical types of dim sum and to start off with, and had 2 fortune cards. My ability. On your turn, you may take the same action twice instead of 2 different actions. As you see how their points go, you get 1, 1, 1, 1, then you get 2s, 3s, and then 2s. So you really want to get to this latter portion so you can get more points. Oh, the pig also was different than the other 2. So you see they get 1 for the 1s to the first 2 columns, and then 2s, and then none for the rest. The picky eater. 2 different dim sum, 2 fortune cards. Ability. When you gain a type of dim sum for the first time, place it in the first slot in any empty row on your board. Any dim sum you gain of that type for the rest of the game must be placed in that row. Interesting. And you get 1 hardy point each time you place a dim sum in one of the top 3 rows of your board. Interesting. The silver spoon starts with 3 different types of dim sum and 3 fortune cards. Ability. When you fill a column with dim sum, either gain a food token of your choice or draw the indicated number of fortune tokens. Fortune cards, excuse me. So for the first 2, you get 1 fortune card, and for the rest of the columns, you get 2 fortune cards. The gambler. 1 dim sum, 4 fortune cards. Ability. As a bonus action at any time on your turn, you may discard 1 fortune card to roll the lucky die. If it's blank, 1 or 2, take no action. If you get a 3, rotate the turntable 90 degrees in either direction. If you get a 5 or a 6, draw a dim sum from the bag and place it on your board. You don't start off with much. You get a lot of fortune cards though. That's actually kind of nice. That's the gambler. Gotta know when to hold them, know when to eat them. Don't read into that. All right, meat lover. Start off with 2 different types of dim sum, 2 fortune cards. Ability. 1 hardy point per phoenix claw, barbecue meat bun, and meat dumpling you collect. You get bonus points for these 3 things if you place them in there. They like meat, so yeah. The shrimp dumpling, the shrimp meat's not meat, and sticky rice is not meat at all. The angry customer. 1 type of dim sum and 2 fortune cards. Ability. After purchasing a steamer, you may return any number of dim sum inside it to the bag and draw back the same number. Let's see here. We have the naughty kid. 2 different types of dim sum and 2 fortune cards. Ability. As a bonus action at any time on your turn, you may choose to roll the lucky die. If it's blank, no action. If it's blank or a 1, no action. 2 or a 3, rotate the turntable 90 degrees in either direction. A 5 or a 6, move 1 steamer to the top of a stack. 5 or a 6, move 1 steamer on top of a stack to the top of any other stack. So you can either make that more advantageous for you or screw over the people that you're eating here. And who doesn't want to do that? Seafood lover. Starting resources. 2 different types of dim sum, 2 fortune cards. Ability is 1 hardy point per shrimp dumpling, sticky rice, and meat dumpling you collect. Is the meat dumpling seafood? I didn't. It's fine. Doesn't matter. This tiger likes to go fishing. The magician. Starting resources. 1 type of dim sum, 2 fortune cards. Ability. After purchasing a steamer, you may swap 1 dim sum inside it with a dim sum on top of any steamer on the turntable. I like that a lot. I should have used the magician. You don't start off with much, but that, yeah. That's all right. And then back to loyal customer. So that is all of the different types of customers that are going to come in and be dining. So I'm going to set up a 2-player game and kind of run you through how it plays. Now for the setup. I'm going to go really, really fast, as I want to do. this is a 2-player setup. You probably can't see, but I have 2 dots here showing that this is the 2-player setup. I believe players are supposed to sit so they're facing a zone. So as far as I know, I don't think you have half of the board to look at. I think you are still looking at, still facing the quadrant that is your zone, meaning it's close to where you are sitting thematically in order to get that food. I did not show the, make sure I'm saying what this is, the Steam counter. So you can see here, I probably can't see, there once 12 different baskets have been removed from here, the game would end. So every time somebody removes a basket, this counter will go down and the game ends once there are no more baskets to be taken. Even if there are more here, thematically, it's 12. Once 12 have been taken, the game would end. And that's for 2 or 3 players. And for 4 players, it'd be 16. And for 5 players, it would be 18. So he's put the Steam counter there. Shuffle up the fortune cards, put them here. Fake cards, put them here. And these are the scoring tokens. As you can see, this one, it's like the wooden one, and then you have like the cardboard one. They're both very nice. And then actually with the cardboard ones have plus 35. So this is the actual scoring here. If you go above 35, then you would flip it over, and so you'd be at essentially 36 if you did that. I'm going to use the wooden ones because, I mean, yeah. So I have the various tokens here. So I put the shrimp dumplings and the meat dumplings here. The barbecue meat buns are here, and the phoenix claws and the sticky rice are there. First player markers here. Rabbit's going to go first. Now you're supposed to shuffle up the various customers and choose at random. And of course, my girls dug through, and I think maybe 1 or 2 of them looked at the actual abilities. One of them for sure was, "Ooh, doggy," and then chose the loyal customer. So she likes dogs. We don't have a dog. We're not getting a dog, and she knows that, but she likes dogs, and that's okay. We encourage liking things as long as it comes with the understanding that we don't have to acquire them. And yeah, I think I mentioned that already. So I'm going to put them here. One thing I like about the rules is the rules gives you some interesting factoids and tidbits about like the fact that there's no 4 here, because I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, there's no 4 on the die because the word for death, I guess, sounds like the same word for 4. So there's no 4 here. Interesting. And then things like the fact that it's table 168 is also significant. 8 is a lucky number in Chinese, but it rhymes with wealth because it rhymes with wealth. So the number 16 rhymes with continuous. So together, the number 168 signifies the meaning continuous wealth. So I definitely appreciate the manual explaining things like that I did not know. I like that. I like learning things. So what can you do on your turn? A graphic should pop up that looks similar to this. So what can you do on your turn? On your turn, you can pick 2 of these things to do. You can gain a token. These are tokens. You can draw a fortune cards, and you have to rotate. You can rotate this in any direction. You rotate it 90 degrees, so you rotate it, you do this, after you drew a fortune card. Okay, you can play a fortune card. I mean, it's a fortune card that's in your hand. You can play a fortune card, and then you would rotate. You must fully resolve the card before rotate. So if you play the fortune card, you do whatever it says, then you rotate. You can exchange 2 fortune cards for 1 token. So you can exchange 2 fortune cards for a food token. And then the last thing you can do is you can purchase a steamer that's inside your feed zone. So let's say the magician zone is here and the loyal customer zone is here. So thematically they would be facing opposite sides of the table. And then at the end of the game, you lose a hardy point for every pair of food tokens you still have, or you gain a hardy point for every pair of fortune tokens you have. And those are essentially the actions you can take on your turn. The die will come into play during some of the fate cards or some of the fortune cards. Let's make sure that these two characters get the resources that they require. So for the magician, they get one starting resource. So taking a look around here, what appears the most would be the Phoenix Claw. They're going to take a Phoenix Claw. Remember, it's the first player token right here. And they're going to get 2 fortune cards. So, okay. This one actually involves the die. It says roll a lucky die, then gain 1 token matching the result. Nice. This one is give up 2 of your tokens to another player. Oof. Why would you ever want to play that? Ooh. It says typically in the game is 1. Okay. Oh, well, actually, you know what? Let me correct myself. If towards the end of the game, as you know, the steam counter is dwindling down, you might want to play this if you had 4 tokens. Let's say you had 3. If you give 2 of them away, every 2 you lose a point. So if you give 2 of them away to somebody else, good for you, bad for them. That is actually very useful. The loyal customer is going to get 2 different types. So they're going to get a Phoenix Claw because there's so many of them. And they're going to take, what else appears a lot? The meat dumpling appears quite a bit as well. So they're going to take that, and they're going to get 2 fortune cards. Now remember, these are your hand. You're not going to show anybody what your fortune cards are. I'm just showing you, for the example, sake of the example. Let me shift these up a little bit. Okay. So this one says take the first player marker and choose a type of token. All players gain 1 of that type. Wow. You get to be first player, but then everybody else gets to get a thing. That's kind of nice. This one says swap 1 dim sum on your board with a dim sum on top of a steamer in your feast zone. So remember, the magician's feast zone is going to be here, whereas the loyal customers is going to be here. Player number 1. I can take a token, take a fortune card and rotate, play a fortune card and rotate, trade in 2 fortune cards for a token, or, well, I can't pick anything up because I don't have the resources just yet. So I'm not quite there. So what am I going to do? Okay, the magician is going to, let's say I just take a food token as my first action, and my second action would be I will play a fortune card, roll the lucky die, and gain 1 token matching the result. Let's see. Okay, so I got I think that's the meat bun. Yeah, I think that's the meat bun. So there we are. And that was player 1's turn. Now over to player, I played a fortune card. So I probably want to turn this in such a way where I'm going to be pulling things that are advantageous to me, close to me, which will probably mean pulling this closer. Because if you look in this steamer, there's 2 Phoenix Claws, a barbecue meat bun, and then some sticky rice. I'm 3/4 of the way there. I have 2 Phoenix Claws and a meat bun. I do need sticky rice. And the thing is, my opponent can see what's in the basket and can see what I'm trying to work on. Now they're looking over here. Well, this is their zone right here. So these 2 baskets are their zone. So I'm about over here to the loyal customer. I can't use this one because I don't have anything on my board to switch. I choose a type of token, but then everyone gets it. Okay, here's what I'll do. I will play that fortune card. Well, hold on. Let me do this in order, actually. Well, in the order I want. I will gain a token. So this is my zone here. I'm going to gain a meat dumpling. Oops. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to gain a Phoenix Claw. That's my first action, is to just take a token. So now I've met the requirements of this basket. 2 Phoenix Claws and a meat bun. Done. So My second action will be to, should I do that? No, I'm just going to take a fortune card. Okay. This one says, take the first player marker and roll the lucky die. If you roll a 1, 2, or 3, draw a dim sum from the bag and place it on your board. Okay. That's not bad. So now that both players have gone, we're going to do a fate card. Every time you complete a round, which is everybody going, you play a fate card. Fate card. Each player gains 1 token of their choice of that type they do not have. If the player has all 5 types, they do not gain any. Okay. That's not bad at all. So clearly player 1 is going to take a sticky rice token, thus completing what's in their zone. And player 2, seeing that they also almost meet the requirements for this, minus the sticky rice, is going to take that. That worked out well for everyone. All right, back over to player 1. Is going to All right, player 1 is going to purchase a steamer. They're going to purchase, since this is their zone right here, these two, they're going to purchase this steamer. So they're going to take it off. Okay. And they're going to place everything where it's supposed to go. So they have a sticky rice, which is worth a point. So now they're on the board. 2 Phoenix Claws. The first spot is worth 1. The second spot is worth 2. Total of 3 points. So 1, 2, 3. We're up to 4 points now. And then the barbecue meat bun is worth a single point. So that is 5 points. And then they can just put the steamer to the side. That was their first turn. And they're going to turn in all of their tokens that they used. If they have matching tokens to match the food that you get. That was their first action. And then their second action is going to just take a sticky rice. And that's it for their turn. Over to player 2 here. Now, they did not rotate anything because they didn't play or draw a fortune card. You only rotate when you play or draw a fortune card. Or if a fortune card or a fate card tells you to do so. So, this is still sitting in front of this player here. Oh, I forgot. Excuse me. The Magician. After purchasing a steamer, you may swap 1 dim sum inside it with a dim sum on top of any other steamer on the turntable. I didn't do that. I think I'm okay having not done that. All right. Sorry, back over to player 2, the loyal customer. They are going to purchase a steamer. That's going to be their first move. So we have the sticky rice, 2 Phoenix Claws, and a meat dumpling. So for the meat dumpling, they earn a single point. They're at 1. Well, they have 1 for everything essentially. So they're going to earn 4 points for this. But maybe they'll earn more. I don't know. So they earn 4 points. So they're at 4. However, let's take a look at their ability. The ability, when you purchase a steamer, gain bonus hardy points based on the number of dim sum inside it. So there were 4 dim sum in that steamer. So 4 or more dim sum, you gain 3 hardy points. So 1, 2, 3. Now the low customer is up to 7. So you see how the abilities come into play. I didn't use the ability of this one, but let's say theoretically on the Magician's turn, I could have swapped this sticky rice or the barbecue meat bun for another Phoenix Claw, which would have been worth 2 more points instead of just another all worth 2. Oh, I could have doubled up. So I could have maybe done 2 sticky rices or 2 of the barbecue buns and then got 2 points instead of just getting 1 for each. So I guess I could have done that, but I did not. I don't think the second player did their second action. For their second action, they're going to draw a fate card. And that means they're going to rotate the board because they drew a fake card. So those are just a couple of turns, but that is essentially how Steam Up, A Feast for Dim Sum plays, where you're going to be using those fortune cards and dreading those fake cards. Let's see what the fate would have been, just out of curiosity. Each player rolls a lucky die and gains 1 token matching the result. It was not this favorable when we were playing. It was awful. Okay, so one player got nothing, other player got sticky rice. So that is essentially how the game plays. I sat it down, played with my kids, and we had a good time. I got really competitive. And at first they kept thinking the first turn, everybody thought they could just get whatever they wanted because they could see it. I said, no. Remember, you have a zone that you have to adhere to, so you cannot just take anything you want. And then it got cutthroat. You know, people over here drawing. You got people over here drawing fortune cards just to hate rotate, and that rhymes, but it's fitting. The hate rotate was real. You know, just to get it out of my way, so I couldn't pick up that Phoenix Claw, and that hurt. Not really, but I think I probably came in last place. I like that. I like when they dig into something and get it and start beating me, even though I explain the rules to them. It doesn't matter if you explain the rules. The game is what it is. That is Steam Up. That's a couple of turns to sort of give you an idea of how it plays. I have to say, I once again, I think the components, whether they be the 3D printed ones or the cardboard ones, I think the components in this game are fantastic. I mean, these steamers look great. The art is really well done. Now the cards feel nice. I have to say, Hot Banana Games really, to coin a phrase that the black folks sometimes say, is they put their foot in it, meaning you cook something and you cooked it real well. You put your foot in it, like you gave it your all. So I have to say, in designing this game, Hot Banana Games definitely put in their all, and it is very evident by just the way it looks, you know. And like I said, this is the prototype, so you know, this is like cardboard with, like, you know, paper, like the paper wrapped around it, and it still looks nice. So I can't imagine how it's going to look in the finished product. So, and you know, the fake cards, even though the two we have are pretty favorable, they're pretty mean, especially the ones where you have to take a resource and hand it to somebody on your right or your left. You're not going to want to do that. I didn't want to do it, but I did it. So, but it happens. And you know, I love the wooden ones are just nice. I mean, they're all nice. I mean, you know, even like I said, even the cardboard ones are very nice and have a little 35 in the back of them. And I'm just gushing. This is a beautiful game. I like how it plays. I haven't played anything quite like this before, and I really like it. I think if you find it to be as special as I do, you should definitely click the link in the description below and support it on Kickstarter, and ensure that you get a copy that comes to your home, or home of somebody you like, or home of somebody that you don't like, that you for some reason bought this game for them. Doesn't matter. This game is really fun, and I feel like it scales pretty well. Like you can introduce it to somebody that's, even though it's 14 and up, I think probably maybe because of the smaller pieces or something like that, you could definitely, like, you know, my 12-year-old play this easily, a 10-year-old. I mean, I feel like this is a really good game for people who are just sort of getting into the hobby, and for folks who've been in it for a while. It's fun. I really enjoy it, and yeah, it's just nice to look at too, and the tactileness. You know, look at this. I mean, have you ever seen such a look at that? So gelatinous, so full of flavor. I've never eaten a chicken foot in my life, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm rambling. Links in the description. Steam Up, A Feast of Dim Sum. Yeah, this. I don't think they're. Yeah, this is it. This is really good. It's really fun. Support it. Yeah, thank you for watching. Take care. Give it a thumbs up, a like, a comment will be nice. I like those. Share it with someone. Yeah, this is a really good game. I really do enjoy it. So it's gonna do it for me. Thank you for watching. Take care. Stay safe out there, and be blessed.